So I am looking at Coffee Arabica. I'm looking at the cash charts at the moment, and I want to walk you through a potential trade setup that I'm waiting for, that I'll be stalking over the coming days, and how I'm going to be taking advantage of it and what I need to see before I start to actually look for trades on it. So the first chart on the left hand side is a weekly time frame, and what I want to just highlight here is, yes, we've got a couple of key levels here around 126.50 and 112.75. We've got a downtrend with regards to price action. We've got the moving averages in the correct order. We've got the 200, 50, 20, and 10, and a very nice, healthy interaction with the 10 and 20 sell zone, that area around the 10 and 20 moving averages. So this is really just telling us that currently this is a very nice, healthy, established downtrend. In our most recent move down, our extension to the downside, we hit a level of historical support. And we can see that there's a relatively strong rejection candle from that. However, price is currently doing a very nice and sort of healthy, well-deserved retracement into the sell zone. And so this is the area around which I anticipate, especially as it's coming in to touch on a previous low, as well as a level of resistance, historical resistance. This is really where I'm going to be looking for opportunities for this trend to resume to the downside, to take another run at that particular level. So the first thing I want to do is just highlight, if we go and have a look at the monthly time frame here, is just highlight that we do have a downtrend, lower highs and lower lows. We also have the 15, the 20, and the 10 just trying to reorder themselves. So there's no denying that there's definitely a level of support there. We did have a bit of a reaction against that. But also looking at it from a weekly perspective, it's in a really nice area, and it's specifically the quality of price action here most recently that indicates that price is trending relatively nicely and healthily to the downside. So the concept overall is waiting for the weekly to provide me with a bearish candle, a rejection of this level to confirm that potentially sellers are now returning and that this level of resistance is still in place, and then looking for price to break to the downside, and then looking for trading opportunities as the trend resumes itself, looking for trading opportunities to take profit ahead of, at the very least, 112.75. So there's two charts for me to monitor here, and the trading opportunities will present themselves not just on the daily but the lower time frames as well, which is why the weekly is relevant in this particular case. So really I do have to have a weekly chart up, really just to see what happens with regards to a bearish candle forming here. If a bullish candle should break well above this level, thereby sort of negating the setup, especially if it comes up and breaks the previous high, then the entire setup is negated. However, if the price manages to stay below this area and we get a very nice red bearish rejection candle in the sell zone with the moving averages in the correct order in a very nice downtrend, as price is hitting a level of resistance as well as connecting with a previous low, then I'm absolutely going to be looking to take advantages of the trend as it resumes its way to the downside. So I'm going to be watching both the daily and the weekly, and certainly what I'm really going to be looking for, if I just go through and enlarge this chart and just bring it forwards a bit. Currently what we have is we have daily price coming up and just broken the previous high, which as a general rule of thumb would mean that this downtrend that we've had on the daily, which was fantastic, is now no longer a factor. But what I'm looking to do is to see the price action starts to resume the downtrend to the downside. And so really what we're going to be doing is, although we're waiting for the daily to sort of realign itself, I'll be taking advantage of trading opportunities on the lower time frames. And so the first time frame that I'll go down and have a look at will be the 4-hour time frame, so that I can also show you what I'm really looking to see. In fact, it's actually going to look even better as we head down to, say, 2 hours. And what I'm really looking to see is, in the previous move down, we had some really nice interaction with the sell zone, with the 10 and 20 moving averages, and this becomes even more evident as we head down to even the 1-hour time frame. So these are the exact same time frames. What I'm really looking to see is to see this particular type of optimal price action to the downside reform itself as price starts to head to the downside here, and then looking to take advantage of similar types of setups on as price heads its way back down to this level. And so similarly, keeping that in mind, what I'd like to do is to see price start to confirm that it's heading into a downtrend by producing lower highs and lower lows. So I would like to see a high here produced with a new low, produced with a lower high, and then a fresh low. We'd have that confirmed downtrend. At that point, the moving averages will begin, especially the 50, the 20, and the 10 will begin to reorder themselves. and then looking for price to begin this healthy, building that very healthy price action structure, that interaction with those moving averages. But at the very minimum, I need to see 4 points. I need to see a high, a low, a lower high, and a lower low to have that confidence that this trend is now resuming. By the time that actually happens, there will now be a red seller's candle forming on the weekly chart, and potentially even the daily now starting to look a lot more bearish. At that point, I can start to look for entries, and looking at this now, potentially even the 30 minutes, as low as the 30 minutes, these are going to be offering trading opportunities here. Relatively nice risk reward setups. I'm anticipating 3-to-1 reward to risk setups here, and really looking to find nice little bearish, small to medium sized bearish candles in the sell zone here, in and around the 10 and 20 moving averages, and then looking to trade those to the downside if that candle is then subsequently broken to the downside. Well, that will then be the entry that I'll have that takes me into the trade. And then just being aware that I do very much want to take profit ahead of this 112.75 level, potentially even 113. Just keeping an eye on it, looking to take profit as I go, making sure that I am banking profits, make sure that I do have a stop loss behind the most recent high, and just making sure that I've always got to make sure that I manage my risk, but also looking to make sure that I do bank profits, otherwise I'm not going to grow my account. And so right now, looking at the price action structure on the most recent move down, the 1 hour is the most appealing for me, but I'm quite comfortable to take trades on the 30 minutes or the 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour time frames. I really just need to see that optimal price action and that interaction with the moving averages. So right now, the most sensible time frame, the one that's catching the most attention, is certainly the 1 hour time frame. And again, this must go hand in hand with a nice little bearish candle starting to form on the weekly chart, starting to form in that sell zone, and then break to the downside. And so this is something that I'll be looking at over the coming days, and ideally even this week as those opportunities present themselves. Again, if price does come up ultimately and form a full bullish candle, breaking up above, up towards 130 level, then the trade setup itself is negated. So a nice little rejection candle there supports the idea that price is looking to resume its move to the downside, and thereby sort of validates the idea that there'll be multiple tradable opportunities as price heads down to 112.75. So on that note, I'm going to wish you a wonderful week's trading, and I will chat to you in future technical insight videos. Thank you very much. Goodbye.